Welcome back, everybody, to TV Sports 27, and we got more arena football action coming your way. We had the request put in, big request by big supporter SK Money, and we got two more games coming your way. The Grand Rapids Rampage back at home. We got two games back-to-back. In fact, we got three in a row at home. We're going to be doing two games with you here live on Twitch and on Patreon, so let's get ready for it. A Tampa Bay Storm team that has a roster that is not all too impressive. We're going to see how they do in this one.
Welcome to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And now taking the field, the visiting team, the Tampa Bay Storm.
There's the Tampa Bay Storm in our original Arena Football playthrough that we did with the Georgia Force. They were the Arena Bowl champions. They defeated the San Jose SaberCats to win that first title back in Season 1. And here comes your Grand Rapids Rampage. Yes, I've missed it too. I haven't played this game in a little while. Well, I guess I had, because I'd been doing the Kansas City Brigade over on the PS2. That is up on YouTube. But now we're jumping into a new era, Season 4, and we're now with the Grand Rapids Rampage, and we got the Tampa Bay Storm. SK Money should be joining us here in a moment because he was the one that put this request in. But yeah, sit back, enjoy. It's early on in the season. It's a competitive division, as you can see right there. And here we go. Brian Schmidt kicking this one away. And the Tampa Bay Storm. Luke Leverson to return. One of the XFL players. I know all my XFL guys from 2001, so we're going to see how this defense does. I gotta get SK Money in here. He was hassling me to get on at 7. Defense in week 1, bit of a struggle against the Columbus Destroyers. And giving up a whole bunch of points, we went into overtime and had to just kind of survive as best we could. We're going to see how they play here. But we got a pretty stout offense. I'm going to say that, Alpha. We got a pretty locked and loaded offense. Quarterback for the Tampa Bay Storm, Brandon Price, number 13. Price. Oh, incomplete. That one actually nearly intercepted. Chris Angel, number 2. Yeah, yes, SK Money is here. We got a loaded house now today. Is Spence going to be joining us? Do we got Chaotic Spence? Do we got Roll Tide? Alpha Sapphire's here. Price. And it's intercepted. Fleming, who was the number 1 overall draft pick for the Grand Rapids Rampage, caught the big 2-point conversion last week. Coming through in the clutch with the interception here on the Tampa Bay Storm. I'm hoping this one should be a rout on paper. I looked at the Storm's roster. They don't have the strongest roster, which is weird because you're so used to the Tampa Bay Storm being that dominant team in arena football history. But their roster not dominant. And former Tampa Bay Storm quarterback Matt Stafford lining up for the Rampage. Nice shot out there to the grocery store. Damian Grosh. Scrolling through the community files on Madden 23 to see what there is. Okay, let me know. Let me know what all is out there. Oh, is the game audio loud? Let me turn it down. On OBS, it's like halfway compared to my voice, but let me know how that is now. Appreciate you letting me know. Ford touchdown. Lonnie Ford and the Rampage. So we get the stop on the Tampa Bay Storm, which is what you want in arena football. Then you answer with a touchdown. How's the audio sound now? Is that good? We doing good now? Schmidt, extra point, good. 7-0 Rampage. Chaotic is here. All right, we got a packed house today. This is going to be awesome. Spencer going to be here on the way? Spence? Yes, all right. We locked and loaded. Luke Leverson doesn't get too much on that kick return. I'm guessing the audio's good. Audio's sounding better. I need to turn it down a little bit more or anything like that. Audio is good. All right, we got Roll Tide live as well. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Bounce House. That one incomplete. Oh, this is what it's going to be all day. I can feel it. Tampa Bay Storm, they're going to be a big struggle here. Alpha Sapphire, there's CFB2 with the uniforms, no logos. Most teams don't have college players. That's interesting. You talking about college football teams on Madden? Kind of like a hacked deal? Price. And that one is going to be completed to Jason Shelley. So nicely done by Brandon Price. You might have to dig deep into your arena football Rolodex, because I don't even know any famous Brandon Price games. I know SK Money is usually the Google guy. Maybe you can give me the Brandon Price history here. And Shelley, back-to-back catches for Jason Shelley. So Tampa Bay Storm looking to answer. Shelley a little roughed up there. Willis Marshall talking some trash, talking some noise to him here in between the boards. 3 catches already in the game for Shelley. And the Tampa Bay Storm, they're within the end zone here. The handoff to Matt Kissinger. Gets swallowed up. Maybe give him a yard, if that. Grand Rapids Rampage, we scored on our opening drive via the rush. They're going to pitch it out to Saunders. Saunders cuts inside and gets held out. Was that number 6 or 8? I think that was 8. We don't even have a 6. It's Fleming. The number font. Gray, it's like gray on red. It's hard to tell the number, but I believe that was 8. It would have been Fleming, who was the top pick, the number 1 overall pick for the Grand Rapids Rampage, and 3rd down for the Tampa Bay Storm. And Kissinger gets held out, and again, it's Fleming coming in there. And the Tampa Bay Storm are going for it here on 4th down. Do they dare run it again? It looks like this might be a passing situation. It is going to be Price. Knocked away, incomplete. Chris Angel with the deflection. Willis Marshall just gave him a little CTE in the back of the head. All right, so 2 stops for the Grand Rapids Rampage defense. So how about that after a rough performance against the Columbus Destroyers, coming up with 2 stops here to begin this game. Shane Stafford, the dangerous throw there. That one hit Will Pettis right in the hands. God, what was the score? 64-63 overtime? If I'm remembering that right. It was a 1-point game because we had to go for the 2-point conversion in overtime. Stafford just tossed it to Fleming. He gets bounced around like a banana going into a grocery cart. 7-0 Grand Rapids Rampage here. Trying to add on to the early lead. First home game of the season for the Rampage. And Grosh, Damian Grosh, with another big catch. He had a huge game in week 1 against the Columbus Destroyers and coming up with a big game here in week 2. LA Avengers come to town next. We're going to be streaming that game here as well, so stay tuned for that. Stafford just had all day in the back of the pocket and finally sailed that one out of bounds. That one up and over the head of Willis Marshall. Chaotic sold us today, called out. Wow. Hope he's doing all right. Oh, Stafford wanted Grosh, but he's going to get Fleming instead. Grosh was almost open, and Stafford just couldn't quite pull the trigger on it. But they're going to have first down. Try to punch this one in via the running game again. What happened? What happened out there? We got in the backfield, Lonnie Ford, back to Ford, and touchdown. So the Grand Rapids Rampage looking for a first quarter shutout, which is extremely hard to do in arena football, to go an entire quarter without allowing a point. fact, shutouts in general in arena football, very rare. I cleaned one of my pans for breakfast. The soap was still on it. What the heck? You ate some soap? Oh my god. The Aldi brand, I'm telling you. It's the way to go. Aldi does it right, and they don't charge you an arm and a leg like Publix. Luke Leverson on the return. He hasn't had much in the return game today. Man, well, everyone, let's have a moment of silence here for Chaotix. The soap ingestion. That's a bad situation. Looking like this will be the final play of the quarter here for the Tampa Bay Storm. Price, even it deep, and Shelley with the reception. And that is how quarter one comes to a close. Let's hit you with some plugs. Of course, TV Sports 27. Follow along with us on Twitch. You can live chat with us like all the folks are doing. Chaotix, SK Money, Roll Tide, they're here. Follow us on Twitter. We tweet before we go live. And also on Patreon. We got an episode of ECW coming up on Patreon, as well as a new episode of the XHL, which is our Legends Hockey League. That's going to be coming your way soon on Patreon, so you don't want to miss it. You get those at any level that you like, and you can sign up at the Mega Fan, Super Fan, Ultra Fan level to get the stream replays months before they come out on YouTube. So if you don't want to wait for them to drop on YouTube, get them early, ad-free, way ahead of schedule. I'm talking months. We're like 5 months ahead of schedule with our filming because SK Money's been requesting the stream, so we're just popping them out left and right. Price sacked. I couldn't get a number. It looked like 22. I don't know. Did anyone get a number on that sack? Went so fast. 3rd and 13. And the struggles continue, as we said, for the Tampa Bay Storm. I don't want to keep talking noise on them because that's usually when a team sneaks up and gets you. But on paper, they don't have the strongest roster in the world. I would say this. We talked about in the last game the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, if they really had a crazy-looking scoreboard like that. I finally found a picture. They don't have that scoreboard anymore, but I did find a picture from way back when. They do have that crazy-looking scoreboard. I've never seen a scoreboard like that. It's got like all the holes, and it's so strange. It's like tied together with string and gum or something. Like I've never seen a scoreboard where it's just a bunch of monitors all hanging with gaps in between. It was kind of cool. A unique scoreboard. Just like most arenas, a lot of arenas looking the same these days. And so kind of cool to see something unique like there. Devin Allen gets the ball on the handoff. And the Storm can at least get 3 points on the board, but they're kind of in a situation here where if you want to keep pace, they might have to go for it on 4th down, but it's going to be intercepted by Fleming, and Fleming is going to take it back all the way, the #1 draft pick for the Grand Rapids Rampage, and it is 20-0. And for SK Money, he hasn't seen. We got hard hitting out there. Devin Saunders was not happy with that. David Saunders, rather. For SK Money, who is a rookie when it comes to arena football. This is only his 2nd ever arena football game. When the AFL season comes back, I'm going to get him into arena football and indoor football. I'm going to make him a fan. We're starting right here. But 21-0. It's still a lot of time left in the game, but in arena football, if you go up by 21 points, it's pretty much, you're almost toast at that point. I don't want people clicking off now. I don't want people bailing out because it could still be a game here. But typically in arena football, it's becoming a bad situation. But you're obviously seeing the struggles here of the Tampa Bay Storm having a very, very hard time moving the football. Price just tried to like a dump off or screen pass or what have you. Did not work out. Another incompletion. Storm are 0-1. Rampage. This is going to be a good boost for the confidence here for the Grand Rapids Rampage. Price. Do an audio check there. Price, get that one out to Shelley. Shelley's had a couple of nice catches in this one.
3rd and 9. Ball on the 10-yard line.
3rd down here for the Tampa Bay Storm. Dan the Legend is here. Welcome, Dan. Price tipped away, and it's incomplete again.
Incomplete pass. Saunders.
Tampa Bay's got to go for it. No, they're going to try to take a field goal. That's kind of wild. The Tampa Bay Storm are going to go for the field goal here. Maybe they feel like after all the attempts, well, they didn't even make it, so there's still no points. Blowhole? Do you mean blowout, Dan? Wow. Maybe Dan got hit, I don't know. I mean, it could be. They're playing like blowhole right now. 21-0. We're coming up on the half, guys. I don't know, Alpha Sapphire, if you're still there. Man, this is a rarity to see this in arena football. And Stafford wants to make it 28-0. Touchdown. Matt Stafford to Damian Grosh, the grocery store, express checkout. Could we get a shutout? That is like the amount of shutouts that have happened in the history of arena football. You can count on one hand. In arena football history, the only team that it's happened to is the San Antonio Force. In AF2, I think there were 2 shutouts, and we've had a handful of them in the IFL. I'm sure there's been others. If someone knows their indoor football history through all the various leagues, can let me know. But in arena football, the AFL, there's only been 1 shutout in AFL history. And that was the San Antonio Force in their one and only season.
Leverson on the return. 1st and 10. Ball on the 12-yard line.
It's been a rough go of it for Brandon Price. And I said I didn't really know any big Brandon Price. Maybe we can Google, see if he's even out there. That one incomplete. David Saunders, who's been talking some noise out there.
The intended receiver on the play.
Let's see, Brandon Price. Arena, come on, pick the play.
2nd and 10.
Football. Oh, Google just befuddled me. You kidding me? I typed that whole thing in and they just like exited itself. Price to Shelley. So Shelley's made a couple of good ones. Okay, Brandon Price, arena football. There's a Brandon Price for Illinois State. Is this guy Brandon Price, born 1989? No, this Brandon Price, the defensive tackle. Shelley, okay, they're getting ready to score. I can't find any information about any Brandon Price online. If anyone can, hit me up on the bounce house. A minute 29 here. Brandon Price, the 2 interceptions. They've been close a number of times. Can they finally get points on the board? Kissinger cannot get in the end zone. Matt Kissinger.
2nd and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line.
You say Kissinger or Kinzinger? Well, how about Saunders this time? Saunders, touchdown. No, it's a penalty. Penalty against the Tampa Bay Storm. My laundry's done. That's also the brrr for the not touchdown. Oh, my God. Oh, they are not happy out there. Jason Shelley looking like Patrick Mahomes getting in the referee's face. The Storm finally find their way into the end zone, and it's called off due to a penalty. SK Money, can you believe this? This is rare in arena football. 28-0 Grand Rapids after we went to overtime. Price and Saunders drops it. I've never had a shutout in this game. I've been playing this game for like 20 years. How long has this game been out? I've never had a shutout once, so. Do you like unlock a team if you get a shutout? Price to the end zone, and it's knocked away. Oh my God, he had Will Pettis. He had Will Pettis open. And they're just going to try to take the points. They want to end the shutout. At this point, the field goal doesn't even really do much for them. Yes, Kevin McDowell for the field goal. And he made it. So the Tampa Bay Storm are on the scoreboard. There will be no record-breaking shutout. Even more crazy, the fact that it possibly could have happened to the Tampa Bay Storm would have been even more crazy. A legendary team like them. 6-time Arena Bowl champions, 5 titles in real life, and then a 6th title during our first season. We're making it a continuation. Go check out the Georgia Force when we were coach of the Force over on Patreon. You can see the Tampa Bay Storm winning their 6th title there. And then, of course, the Force and the Destroyers splitting the title in Season 2 after Arena Football's financial troubles. And then Season 3 was the most recent one, which was the SaberCats defeating the Force. And, oh, here we are in Season 4. And Shane Stafford just having another big day. I was very excited that we got Shane Stafford in the draft. When I saw his name, that he was our quarterback. Looking for Marshall. Wow. Guns that right past Damian Wheeler. I mean, that was an interception waiting to happen, and right past Damian Wheeler into the hands of Willis Marshall for another touchdown. 35-3, and could let the time run down. Again, I won't comment on it. I went back and looked at some of my Kansas City Brigade games that we did, and I mentioned it, I think, in like every episode. I feel like I have to mention it, but I'll try not to. But it is a glitch in this game. The 1-minute timing rules do not stop after timeouts and after kickoffs like they should. So the clock should not be running in that situation, but it does. And in this situation, unless Tampa Bay calls a timeout, the clock should stop with the 1-minute timing rules. But it actually, they may have called a timeout, or it might have stopped because of the penalty. So with 3 seconds, we're going to see if the Storm take a shot. The AI typically doesn't like to. They like to, just run it out. I don't know why you don't just take a shot, but that's not the way the AI has been programmed. There you have it, guys. What a dominant quarter for the Grand Rapids Rampage. 35-3 as we head into the second quarter, and the Rampage are going to get the ball to begin quarter number 3. We're going to take a look at the Blue Chew halftime show, and in a couple of moments, we'll be back with the second half. Rampage, Storm. You don't want to miss it. Maybe the Storm got a big comeback in them.